there's different ways to do it. Okay. You got to be careful how you do it. Working online is always the best option. And my reasoning is that you can go anywhere when you work online. I recently had someone, they want to move to Panama. They're like, oh, Randy, I'm coming down. Do you think can I find a job? I'm like, look, if you're moving down here in this time, where in Panama has like 15% unemployment due to, pre-COVID, it was like 2%. Now it's 15% or so. Forget about it. You better have something where you're earning an income before you come down, or you try to move and be a, digital nomad. Mm-hmm. And I think digital nomad is just a term for people who live abroad, who have jobs online. But it's the same thing you're asking. Get out of the rat race. That's how you do it. First thing is giving up having to get in your car every morning or getting on the bus and go do a job somewhere. Try to do it from home. That's your first step. And then you have to increase your income. So you increase your income by leverage. And when I say leverage, if you could do something online and you build up a small business, say it's building websites or doing social media or graphic design like my wife, at a certain point, you just start hiring other people to help you expand your own business. And you charge a big enough fee where it's profitable for you to pay these other people, and you still have your income coming from that. So people are like, oh, Randy, I could just hire somebody from Venezuela, right? Here in Panama, somebody wants some graphic arts work, they can get somebody from Venezuela for like $2 an hour or $3 an hour. I'm like, that's great, but do you know the quality? Do you want to deal with that? Wouldn't you rather just us deal with it? We'll handle all the work. We'll get it all done. We'll make sure it's done right, and then we'll pass it on to you when it's all done. That's how I believe in leveraging and building up your business. And that's just one thing that you can do, but there's tons of stuff you can do online. Excuse me. I have a bunch of friends that they had their business on Amazon, selling different kinds of things. My buddy made millions off of a simple tool that he designed. It was just a lawn rake, but not like a lawn rake you think. It's, you put a glove on it. It's like goes over your hand. It's got two on both sides. And you pick up the leaves with it using your hands instead of how we always just grab with our hands. He's got two things on his hand. He made millions off of that one item.
That's cool.
It
made me think of, I watched Garden State the other day for the first time. Actually, I always saw this movie around. Just never watched it. I saw it 20 years ago when it came out, and I watched it. And then the guy invented the silent Velcro. That's what it reminded me of. He made like millions of dollars, just simple things like that. Like if you can make a product that becomes so valuable for people that they'll pay you whatever you want for it.
Or a product that everybody uses, the same product everybody uses, and you just get the market fit and you get people buying yours instead of somebody else's, or another product in the market. Maybe your packaging is different, maybe your price point is different, maybe your social media is better than the others, and you're driving people to traffic to those. A perfect example I'll give it was the other night. I had my health. I did a show on health. I really turned my health around. My blood pressure's gone way down. My kidneys are functioning properly. I had a real scare when we were in Mexico a year and a half ago. And people were asking me in my show that, Randy, can you do a show about what you've done, your lifestyle changes to help, fix your issues? And I brought everything out. My Zeolite, which was one of them that we mentioned earlier in the show, the vitamins I'm taking and all that kind of stuff. And it's all available on Amazon. How many people messaged me saying they bought Zeolite? At least 10 people. So if I did a live stream and I only got 6,000 or so subscribers, imagine if you had 200,000 subscribers or 150,000 subscribers and you had 300 people go buy it and you're making $2.50 each one. That adds up. And there's a reason why a lot of YouTubers, they use affiliate links and things like that. That's another way of starting a business, or having a monetized channel where people can, give you donations and those kind of things, or super chats. There's lots of ways to make money. It just takes time, and you have to stick to it. People ask me, Randy, how did you get verified on YouTube? I got verified on YouTube because I had 120,000 followers on Google Plus, and when Google Plus was big, that's how my wife and I got really big in social media. We were dominant on Google, and one day Google called me up and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" This is Google Chile. This is the boss from Google Chile. Google Hangout to me. He called me. This is before they used to be called Google Meet. He sent me a a thing, and it said, Google's calling you. I'm like, what? Okay. So I answered. And
what did I do?
And the guy's like, Randy, he goes, I'm a fan. He goes, what the fuck are you guys doing? He goes, you guys are our fastest growing accounts in Central and South America. I don't understand. You're beating the celebrities. You're doing all this kind of stuff. I said, it's simple, bro. We wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and we're on the computer all day long until 8 p.m. at night, working, building our audience and our clients' audiences. And he goes, how many pages do you have on Google? I said, man, we got like 30 pages. And pages like from aquaponics to crypto to all kinds of things. And I could make anything go viral. And the cool thing about Google Plus, it had this really cool system that if you were my follower on Google and I posted something that you were doing a search for on regular Google, it would show up in your Google, your query. You go on Google and you send your query, you say, okay, you want a trip to Panama. My post would probably show up number one. Why? Because you are connected to me. So I was like manipulating your Google results because you were following me. And dude, I was killing it. We dominated Panama. When President Obama came here to visit during the Cumbres de las Americas, it's the biggest event for North and South America. We're doing it again next year. He was here and he went. I knew what he was going to do ahead. I looked at all of his stuff that he was going to do while he was here in Panama. So I wrote a bunch of articles prior. I had them all done. The only thing I didn't have was the images. The second the White House printed or put out their images on Twitter, I stole the pictures, put them on my website, put the metadata on my images, and then posted them on Google+. I was beating CNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, the White House. We were getting 100,000 visitors a day because I posted these articles and I was killing it because we had Google+. And people laugh at me like, oh, Randy, you guys, Google+ is dead. Yeah, but I'm where I'm at today because of Google+. I just love it. So just a little story for you guys.
Google+. Yeah, I mean, it was a good product. It just never caught on.
Never caught on. They were like, oh, Facebook's better. Facebook was trash, though.
Yeah, Facebook. Oh, you mean Meta?
Yeah, I'm banned permanently. I'll never be able to get back on there.
You're not the only one. Not that I am, but there's a lot of people who produce a lot of good stuff that are banned from a lot of these platforms. Yeah. I was just going to say on that stuff too. I've been on Alex Hormozi kick lately. The $100 billion offer book is excellent, especially chapters 4 through 6. Fantastic.
Alex Hormozi, never heard of him.
Yeah, Alex Hormozi. If you just Google, he has a billion videos. He's really started blowing up the last few months or so. Really good interviews too. A couple ones I've watched lately. But yeah, his book basically talks about value, how basically not to scam people. Like if you want to sell your products, you can sell them for whatever price you want, as long as you provide more value than what's out there. He goes into big detail.
Who was really good at that is Dollar Cost Crypto.
Yes.
His class is not cheap, right? But he takes everyone from the beginning all the way through. By the time you're done with the course, you are intermediate to high level crypto user.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Hillman and course too. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet though. Only other thing I would say is for retirement too, you gotta want it. Like most people, it's a nice to have for most people. But like Randy said, you wake up 7 o'clock, work all day, you work 12, 14 hours a day until you get to a spot where you can leverage yourself. You can work things or working while you sleep, all that good stuff. You have a team, eventually all those things. You have to want it. Like you have to make sacrifices. It has to be something that's number one or number two in your life. If you